Hey folks, things still quiet in the valley, but boy, the big bad stuff's not all that far away. Isolated strong thunderstorms now showing up just to the north of the valley, up around Georgia West and Alice and Three Rivers. Also thunderstorms firing to the west of us this last hour or two, but we're mainly watching this line right here. It's going to fill in over the next couple of hours, and as it does, it'll move eastward. The question is, how far into the valley can it get before it gets eroded or eaten into by the cap or the warm weather in the middle part of the atmosphere that thunderstorms have trouble surviving through? We think it could make it as far as, say, I-69C, US 281, and then probably begin to weaken before the night's over with, but it just bears close watch. Look at Future Track. We start at 6:15. By 9 o'clock, it's saying there's thunderstorms in Starr County, big thunderstorms southwest of Falcon Lake. More stuff not far from the valley, just to the south of us in Mexico. Go forward another hour and a half, couple of hours. By 11:15, a line of storms moving through Hidalgo County, spotty stuff in the lower valley. By midnight, it's still there, but you notice the reds are gone, the pink colors are gone, suggesting that once it gets into the eastern half of the valley, it's still thunder and lightning, it's still raining, but any potential for damaging winds of 60 miles per hour or more, any potential for hail begins to fade. It kind of trips over the highway, and that's kind of the end of that. Notice by 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:20 in the morning, maybe a leftover thunder shower near South Padre, near Boca Chica, but other than that, things quieting down. By 4 o'clock in the morning, it's about over, and by the time you get to tomorrow afternoon, just sunshine and absolutely beautiful weather across the valley. So our timing right now, and this is subject to adjustment by 30, 45 minutes or so, but right now we're saying 8 to 10 in the far western part of the valley. We're talking about mainly Starr County for 8 to 10, maybe a little earlier because the stuff forming, again, not far from Zapata County right now. So that we're watching. Moves eastward between 9 and 11 or so across much of Hidalgo County, including McAllen. We think it begins to weaken by this point, and what's left, still thunderstorms, but probably not severe by 10 p.m. to midnight in the lower valley, and then kind of lingering along the coast until maybe 2 or 3 in the morning. There is some potential for damaging winds. There is some potential for damaging hail. You're talking maybe golf ball size or 60 miles per hour or more, but we are talking mainly the western half of the valley, primarily Starr County, again, maybe as far east as the McAllen metropolitan area. We don't expect flooding rainfall because it should be moving pretty fast. And while the probability of a tornado is not 0, it's about 2%, which is as high as it ever gets around here. But that's for mainly northwestern Starr County. Again, as we look at this, the slight risk for severe weather is to our north, but marginal risk was 1 on a category of 1 to 5. And what that means is isolated severe thunderstorms are possible. Doesn't mean they're likely, but they're possible. And the lower part of the valley, you're looking at non-severe. So yes, some thunder and lightning, but not with damaging winds and not with large hail. At least that's what the Storm Prediction Center is looking at. This is where the severe thunderstorm warning is right now. That's just to the northwest of Corpus Christi. Doesn't take much imagination to see the rest of that line that's trying to form right in through here and move eastward. So that's what we think will get to Starr County the first. You look at the bigger picture, and a lot of Texas getting rained hard today. Just a little while ago, a report of a tornado on the ground in Bryan, Texas, near College Station. Damage reported in Bryan just a little while ago. We think there may be a severe thunderstorm watch issued for areas just north of the valley over the course of the next hour or so as this line gets its act together and moves eastward. After tonight and the pre-dawn hours, then I think we're dry. I think most of tomorrow's dry once the sun comes up. Then we're dry Friday and again on Saturday. Temperature-wise, here's where we are right now, mostly in the 80s, except out west, 93. Atmosphere really souped up. There's a lot of moisture out there. Dew points are high. Tonight we only drop into the upper 60s with that chance for thunderstorms overnight, and then tomorrow we bounce back to 90 plus across much of the valley, but much lower humidity. So it should make for a pretty nice day once we get this stuff out of here. So your first 1-5 AccuWeather forecast for tonight. Mostly cloudy, scattered thunderstorms. Some could be severe, primarily in the western half of the valley, a low 68. And then tomorrow, decreasing clouds and a little less humid. 91 for a high. Looks like a pretty nice day tomorrow, really, once we get the clouds out of here. I think Friday looks terrific as well. We start in the 60s, warming to the 90s. A cool start Saturday, back to 90. A little more humid on Sunday, but still nice. And then next week, kind of back to that breezy, warm, and humid stuff once again. We're going to be keeping an eye on the weather across the valley tonight. We'll be live on Facebook at 7:30. Of course, back here in just a couple of minutes. That's your updated First 1-5 forecast.